I did a video a few days ago about empaths and walking on eggshells. And that was one of my videos that really stood out for me. It had the most comments on it, but it also had some dislikes. And so I was wondering why that was. And I didn't know if it was because in the video I reference to people with borderline personality disorder and I reference empaths. And I just wanted to say it's all a matter of perspective, because with those dislikes, I wasn't sure if, the people who had borderline personality disorder were, irritated because I compared them to empaths, or if it was the other way around. And that kind of opens up a conversation of, if you're offended by something, then why are you offended about that? Is it something that you need to check into a little bit more? We're here to learn. And I did that video knowing that some people would not like that. And the video consisted of me saying that some people do walk on eggshells around empaths. And if you think about it, empaths or highly sensitive people are going to create people walking on eggshells or tiptoeing around them. And I don't know that a lot of people are aware of that, because in my situation, it was even years ago where people would say, oh, you're just so sensitive, you're really down to earth, but you're really sensitive. And I had a circumstance at work where I was accosted. They had hired a new operations manager, and he accosted me before I even got in the building and started yelling at me and screaming at me and waving his fist at me, and got about a foot away from my face before I could, get him to stop. And it was not a good experience. Yeah, I'm a sensitive person, but it was totally uncalled for. And so when I went in and told my employers about it, he did end up getting fired because there were other things that were going on. But the idea I got was, well, Rhonda's really sensitive, so they didn't really believe how intense that interaction was. There were even a couple of people who saw that, and they still didn't really believe him. And it came to the point after that they considered me to be so sensitive that hardly anything I said they would listen to, because they just figured I was being overly sensitive about something. And that is part of like walking on eggshells or tiptoeing around or devaluing me. Maybe devaluing me is a better word for it. People will devalue empaths because they're so sensitive and they don't want to upset them, which creates this tiptoeing and walking around kind of a thing. And I want to abolish that criticism from people who don't understand what it's like. And that's what I was kind of going for when I said people are walking on eggshells, because I think that we need to be empowered. We as an empaths need to be empowered more and not ignored, and not have people walking on eggshells. And I want to clarify this. It's nothing that we are doing that is causing that. It's people's perception of what's going on with us that causes them to behave that way. So as some homework or a little exercise, if you want to know what people think, ask them. And I say go find 5 people that are in your life in different areas, work, friends, whatever, and ask them if they feel like you're too sensitive and they're walking on eggshells around you. That's the only way that you're going to find out about yourself. And at that point, I think you can make a decision on how you want to apply that in your life. You can completely ignore it, big deal. People are tiptoeing around me, I don't really care. This is my life and this is what I'm going through. You just have to make a decision about how you want to present yourself to the world and how you want the world to see you. And empaths are very, very, I'm not going to really use the word powerful, but we are very influential and we can make a big difference. And so if you don't want people to act like they're walking on eggshells around you, then do something about it. and reach out to people and do the inner work and do whatever you want to do. And if you're happy with people thinking you're oversensitive and they don't know what to do around you or don't know what to say or what they say, then that's fine too. I mean, everything that you decide to do in your life is your choice. You're creating it. You're creating your reality. You're using your energy the way that you want to use your energy, and that's perfectly fine.